On our third bout, 54 kilo, featuring Richard Menard from Ontario and national team member Claude Lambert. This is a bantam weight, 3 rounds of boxing, 3 minutes each.
Bantam weights are 54 kilos, which works out to 119 pounds for the metric conversion people.
Don't have to use that converter.
Claude Lambert comes off the national team. He was at last year's Olympics in '96 in Atlanta, and also at the Commonwealth Games in Victoria, British Columbia. He's a very game competitor, still working hard at the international level.
In today's bouts, I've noticed so far that physical styles of the boxers are almost the same, where throughout the week some have been short and compact, some have been tall and skinny, but these boxers we've seen in the last 3 bouts have seemed to be similar style physically.
Similar styles, same in stature, height, weight. Richard Menard hails out of Thunder Bay, Ontario. He's coached by Tony Pimentel. Tony actually was just awarded yesterday. He's a certified level 5 NCCP level 5 coach. One of the very few in Canada. Very good instructor of amateur boxing, and all of his athletes come here to well schooled.
Very important certification in Canada for amateur sports is a national certification program. Many sports don't even have a level 5. It's nice to see, especially in boxing, that there's a promotion of amateur boxers in Canada. They have coaches with that kind of training.
Both these boxers are boxing the exact same style. Tight, close, counter punch, and try not to make a mistake.
Showing good defensive position too to ward off punches.
Claude Lambert comes out of Montreal. He boxes for the Titan Boxing Club. Nice right hook by Richard Menard. All those punches are hitting the gloves, and they're not scoring blows. Then people say, well, why do they throw them? They throw them in the hope that a right hand drops and one of the punches seems to or gets through to the scoring area.
And that's a lot of reason for throwing strong body
blows. There was Claude snuck 2 punches through there.
Well, a round that did not score high, but the end of our first round.
Claude in the blue corner is up by 1.
Up by 1.
Yep, 1-0.
A lot of good balls. We have a replay here.
Excellent. Both athletes keeping their defense high. Well, protecting the scoring area very well.
There's a good example of blows hitting elbows and gloves.
There's a nice coming back, but not one of those scored. Big old flailing left hook, that didn't look very good. Not one of your picture-perfect punches.
I've seen a few pirouettes thrown after a wild punch like that.
Tony Pimentel with Richard Menard.
We're ready for our second round in the 54 kilo bout. Richard Menard from Ontario and Claude Lambert from the national team. Richard, knowing he's down by 1 point, may be a little more aggressive in this round. Try to pick up and win this one. I know sometimes as well when there's a flurry of punches thrown by one boxer and another boxer is in a defensive mode, all of a sudden the boxer backs off, and as soon as he goes, he gets a good point in, and he hasn't only thrown one.
Get away from me and take this with you.
Yes, yeah, I got a point too.
Yes. Well, you know, the openings are so few and far between, you must take advantage of every little mistake made by your opponent. Oh, some nice solid punches there. Scoring one for the blue corner. Oh, he caught a right hand. Ouch. Nice scoring blow for Richard. Richard throws a nice solid right hand. He uses, starts right from the tip of his right foot and comes on through with great extension. Well, solid left hook by Richard Menard.
Not too many are off target thrown by Richard, but not necessarily scored because they've been blocked, but like I say, strong, straight in punches.
Both athletes are going to have to get a little busier. There is a foul called passive defense or not boxing, and missed with that right hand. Nice feedbacks. All punches are hitting the gloves there.
They sound good, but they're not doing anything for points.
I'm sure they still hurt.
Yes. Unlike the professional ranks, headgear is very important in amateur ranks.
Safety first. Nice right hand by Richard again. Oh, safety is the paramount issue in amateur boxing. We have 10 ounces of glove, the headgear, mouthpiece. Both the coaches and the doctors, that is their biggest concern, is safety of their athlete.
I've enjoyed the camaraderie, but the ideal sportsmanship that has been going on this past week, sitting at ringside and watching and listening to boxers.
They sit there for 3 rounds and, you know, pick each other apart with left hooks and right hands and this and that. And then when it's all over, the first thing they do is hug each other. I guess, thank God they had fun or survived, one of the two. And then help each other out. It's just great.
That's the end of round 2 in the 54 kilo class. Richard Menard of Ontario.
I'd like to have Joshua Glenn of Alberta.
Claude Lambert winning that round on points, but come back by Richard somewhat. Here's a replay of some of that action.
We also need Rob
Richard Menard there. Keeps Claude off.
The driving force. The largest independent.
Every now and then we get a little spray of water, Jim.
I'm going to say we're going to need some goggles here in a minute.
In the Calgary area.
You have to towel us off.
Good action in this round of this 54 kilo class. Boxers are on target, strong.
Defense is very good here. Both athletes are keeping those hands up.
With their hard-earned money.
We're ready for the third and final round of this 54 kilo, 112, 119 pound division. Referee putting the boxers in neutral corners until the flood has been wiped down here.